All right, welcome into a very beautiful Thanksgiving Eve here from Providence, Rhode Island. Central versus Somerset Berkley here in this year's edition of the Central High School Thanksgiving Classic. Tim Duffy, Jay Costa, the caller tonight for Fans Only Sports. And Jay, we're in for a good one here between two teams who had good seasons in their respective states and conferences, and they're going to meet up here on Thanksgiving Eve on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, Tim, this is going to be a great game. I mean, I wouldn't have come all the way from New Jersey to see it if it wasn't going to be, So I'm very excited for this one, and I'm expecting a lot from both of these teams. Both a really good season, respectively, like you said, and it's going to be a good one. Really close match, I'd guess.
Jay Costa, one of many who are coming home for Thanksgiving. Central received the ball first. Central, their season just ended against Burleville in the playoff game a week ago. This game is underway. From the 8-yard line on the return. Looking for a lane. Got it. And all the way down the 31-yard line. That's Malenko.
Tim, that was a great return there by Malenko. Absolutely great way of finding the hole through the blockers and taking what the defense was giving him there. Great way to start his team out with an opening drive.
Central, good start for pushing to open this thing up like you just mentioned. 10 seconds into this game. Lined up at quarterback tonight. First play of the game is a big run. Past midfield. Down the sideline. There goes forward. Tager, and he's going to score. Javon Tager. 65 yards.
Watch him. What a great play there to open things up. Found the hole right away in a heavy formation. Could have guessed run if you weren't even looking at the play. The way that ended right there. I mean, absolutely spectacular scheme there. Great blocking by Central. And he takes that one to the house in the opening play of the game. What a great way to open this up for Central. Big play after big play right away.
This works now. Yep. I just did, so see how it sounds now. Fumble the snap on the 2-point try, and no good. So it'll stay a 6-0 game.
Tim, an interesting choice there to go for two. That's something you would do in a game of Madden. Snap fumbles and nothing they can really do there, and 2-point conversion ends up becoming a loss. Score stays at 6-0.
Sure does stay at 6-0. But the Raiders are going to see what they can do on offense for the first time today. Jay, what a way to open things up. A bang from Javon Tager.
Yeah, Tim, just a great way to open things up here. I mean, couldn't have imagined a better start for the Knights here, and I'm expecting a big defensive drive for them as well.
Here's the kickoff from across the 35 down to the 40 goes Brendan McDonald. That is where the Raiders are going to begin their first drive.
It was a pretty good return to start that one out, Tim. Received that just around the 15 and was able to get a pretty good gain, brings it up to the 40. So pretty solid for him, and another great starting field position to open up this game for the opening drive for the Raiders.
From the 40, here comes the Raiders. Stack it up behind the line of scrimmage. He's about 3 yards back behind the center here on the snap. Fake it and keep it himself. And McDonald, who returned the kick, only able to get 2 on his first carry of the game.
Wasn't a huge fan of that play, Tim. I liked the look for the jet sweep a little bit better, and he ended up keeping it, gets a gain of 2 yards, but I think he could have gotten a little more if he had went with the jet sweep on that option play.
And they got a Central player down early, just 59 seconds into the game. We're going to take a timeout, too, here on Fans Only Sports. Back. Coming off the field for Central, that was Omar Piscazio, the junior.
Decent. There we go.
McDonald will hand this one off right up the middle. And a good gain there for Liam Meehan. Meehan able to get about 7 on the play, make this 3rd and short.
This is a pretty good play there, Tim. Came out of another heavy package, and so far a couple run plays and pretty good gain there by Meehan. 3rd and manageable here, and I'd fully expect another run play here. It seems like that kind of distance for a play like that, especially in a heavy package like they're bringing out right now.
It definitely does, and they're going to bring out that heavy package for the 3rd consecutive play right up the middle. It's Crook. And Finton Crook gives the Raiders their first 3rd down conversion today and their first down of the night. It's a gain of 5 on the play.
Yeah, Tim, we saw a quick hitter from the Knights, and now we're looking at a slower, more methodical drive here from the Raiders. And once again, I'm expecting another run play. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and they're going to come out with the same package once again.
And McDonald right up the middle there, kept it himself, and he might have went backwards on that play.
Yeah, they tried to dial up the tush push there, just couldn't get it to go. I would have expected a more conventional play. I think a quarterback sneak on 1st and 10 is a little interesting play calling, but
that was definitely interesting.
Not everyone can be Sean McVay. Sometimes we got to have a couple Joe Judge play calls there, and I think that was one of them.
Definitely was. Here's 2nd and 11 now. I think we all remember that Joe Judge play call.
Back against the Commanders.
Big tank. They stack it up very close again. Looks like they're going to do the same type of play here. They'll hand it off, though. It's on the ground. Crook picks it up, and Crook is going to go backwards again. Meehan was the man they gave it to on the We're back. Tim Duffy, Jay Costa here in Providence. We just had some crazy difficulties for a sec, but hey, we're back, ready to go, ready to put in the past and move on a little bit as Jay and I are looking at a 7-6 Raider lead. They just scored with a 34-yard touchdown run from the quarterback, Brendan McDonald. This is a run left side, and you're not going to get anything on 3rd and 4, as it's a loss of about 5-6 on the play there.
Yeah, Tim, not the greatest play call in the world. They ran a couple plays out of a heavy set, and they spread a couple receivers out wide and tried to let them block on the outside. Those guys just couldn't get a good block, and neither could the tight end on the outside, and that's why they weren't able to get any gain there.
It's a loss of 6. There was a face mask.
A lot of these passes hit the hands of the guys, and they drop, and that's why a lot of these teams are very run-focused in RIL.
Central's been one of those run-focused teams pretty much forever.
For as long as I remember, that's for sure, Tim.
It's Aaron Vega, the quarterback there, throwing it. Now it's 3rd and 11. .302 to go here in the opening period. Vega looking left, rolling out right, fires downfield. It's complete at the sticks, and a first down catch by Janari Jackson, getting pushed backwards, but the forward progress will move the chains.
It's a great play by Jackson there. Able to grab the ball, try and fight for a little more extra yards. Couldn't get by the defensive back, but a great play by him and some solid hands, able to catch it. First reception of the day for either team.
And on 3rd and 11, they get 11. Jackson, the junior, the big-time catch. First and 10 for Central. I formation here. They're going to hand it off right side. And no gain there. First one on the stop was Drew Dion Jr. And he's able to bring down Bessel after only a gain of about 1.
Tim, outside of that long touchdown we saw in the opening play of the game, there really hasn't been much output out of this running back room from the Knights. I mean, a couple short gains here and there, but they haven't really been able to get the wheels turning, and I think a lot of that comes from the really strong defensive front seven for the Raiders. I mean, they've been pretty stout there, getting a couple tackles for losses, and really just preventing any big hit plays after that first one.
Have been stout, besides from the touchdown you mentioned on the first play of the game. Home Central to just 7 yards on this drive, or 18 rather. Here's play action. Vega rolling out. Vega looking to take off, and he will. After he gets brought down after a gain of about 3 on the play. It was Dion again, along with Florio in on the tackle there.
That was a absolute suplex from the defensive lineman there. Sent Vega to the ground, and a great defensive effort. Great defensive effort, Tim, and able to prevent any larger of a gain on a broken play.
He gets more than halfway to the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 5 on the play. Third down. Vega going to roll out right again. Plants his feet, launches it deep downfield. The adjustment is made to the 10-yard line. Jackson reels it in.
Wow.
And picks up a huge gain.
Huge gain and an unsportsmanlike conduct for launching the ball high into the air, Tim. Great play and a huge mistake there. Just a lack of discipline, I'd say, Tim. I mean, you got to realize when the right time is to celebrate. And I understand it's a big game and a big play in a game that doesn't have as much of a standing as a playoff game would or anything like that. But you gotta kind of reel it in. I understand it's the end of the year, but you just can't have that.
playoff game, exhibition game or not, or regular season game, you're just not worth 15 yards.
Exactly.
To do something like that after a 44-yard gain. So this pushes the ball back to the 25-yard line. They don't have to stop a play here before the end of the first quarter as we're looking at 6 seconds and counting down. Will Vega snap it? He will not, as we will go to the second quarter with a 7-6 score. Raiders on top after the end of one. 7-6 the score here on Fans Only Sports Network.
I saw it.
Second quarter action here on Fans Only Sports. We switch sides and maybe a switch of momentum too after the Raiders went on a 9-play scoring drive, which resulted in a 34-yard touchdown. Central already back on the cusp of the red zone at the 25-yard line, down a point, as Tim Duffy and Jay Costa bring you back here on Thanksgiving Eve for quarter number 2.
Tim, it's been a pretty solid game so far. A lot of action on the ground, and the Knights are really starting to open things up in the air, and a big play to end the first quarter. I mean, I think a 44-yard moon bomb. Absolutely crazy play down the field, and an unsportsmanlike conduct brings it back 15.
It's a beautiful throw right there, and it's the unsportsmanlike, which was just kind of stupid. Split backfield, gave it to Tager, and Tager gets nothing. He lost a yard on the play, and the tackle made in the backfield there by Cullen Doherty.
Great play there by Doherty, Tim. Able to absolutely penetrate the line there and found a free shot into the backfield, and he took that with a smile.
Good for a loss of 2. This is a hold as well, actually, so they're going to probably, instead of making it a loss of 2 and giving the tackle for loss, they're going to take the penalty and bring it back to the 35. So it's going to be first down again, but first and 20 now, as this drive has gone from the 10-yard line to the 25-yard line, or the 35-yard line, excuse me.
Tim, once again, this is another one of those things about focus and discipline here. I mean, you gotta keep your hands in check. You can't be grabbing onto the defender, and it costs the team another 5 yards. And here we are sitting at a first and forever, really. Yeah.
First and 20 now. Vega gonna air it out deep downfield. Got a man open. It is incomplete. In now the midst of Mitchell's hands. And Dahlia Mitchell could not hang on, as he had a chance right there as well.
Yeah, Tim, a great play by him. Got wide open, just the ball was a little bit overthrown and found itself on the sideline there, and a little too far out of bounds for him to be able to reach it.
He had it too right there, Jay.
Would have been a spectacular catch if he was able to make it. For
All
high
you need
school,
is 1 foot in bounds.
yeah,
too,
for high school it's 1 foot in bounds. College rules for that, and he could have made that happen. It would have been a spectacular play.
So they come in the split backfield again here on 2nd and 20. Vega looking right. Going deep again. Downfield. Got a man open. Touchdown. That time he hangs on. Mitchell, number 6, getting 6.
Great play by Mitchell.
35 yards.
Wonderful job by Mitchell, Tim. Right up the seam, wide open, nobody around him. Absolute Spectacular route running by him, acres of space. And he finds the end zone for 6, taking the lead back for the Knights. And you'd have to imagine they're going to go for 2 to try and get those 2 points back that they dropped, or the point that they dropped earlier with the failed 2-point conversion.
So on 2nd and 20, they get 35, and they get in the end zone. Here's the 2-point try to make this a 7-point game. Play action. Vega rolling out, throwing on the move. It's caught. It's 2.
That was a great conversion.
It was Cedric Ford, rather, who got the 2. And he's able to make this a 14-7 game. The Knights, with a huge drive, capitalized with 79 passing yards on the drive. From Vega, able to retake the lead here with just over 11 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Tim, some really great passing play. I wasn't expecting that coming into this game. Like you said earlier, this Central team is a really big perpetrator of run plays and heavy sets, and they've come out here and they've slung the rock, and they've been successful for the most part.
Here's the kick. It's a little bit of a wobbler here from the 15-yard line on the return. They do a little end around as well. Here's Crook, and Crook down to the 33-yard line on the return. Finton Crook.
Pretty good way to open up that drive. Another great return. End around, I believe, worked in their favor. He got away from a couple guys who were coming in hot on the right side, and able to get a couple extra yards here, and will be right around the 35 to start this drive.
And their start there, this is some decent starting field position for the Raiders. And believe it or not, this is only their 2nd drive of the game. As they took it down 9 plays and over 6 minutes on their first drive. Here comes their 2nd drive here today. They run in that same formation. They're going to give it to Meehan this time. And Meehan only able to get about 4 on the play. Good run on first down. And we saw a lot of those short, cheeky runs on their first drive. Meehan with carries of 7, 4, and 4 on the first drive. And now we've only seen one play of the Raiders go over 10 yards, and it was the 34-yard touchdown from McDonald.
Yeah, Tim, you know, the way that they play is very methodical. They'll have a quick short run to get to a 2nd and manageable, and then another short run to get to a 3rd and short, and that's kind of how they've been doing it. They haven't had a lot of big gains, and it works for them.
Here's the handoff right up the gut, breaking a tackle, going far side and down to the 49-yard line right there is McDonald. With another big carry there. Able to get 12, and, you know, a little commentator jinx in the good way for the Raiders. And Somerset Berkley, that's their 7+ yards today.
You know, Tim, it's not a Tim Duffy and Jay Costa broadcast without a commentator jinx at least once.
Definitely is not. I'll tell you that, Jay. I can definitely agree with you there, my friend.
We seem to do it a lot to the teams we end up announcing for. So, my apologies to the Knights for that play there. That might be on me.
Sets up right around midfield here, and here's the handoff. And that lucky to maybe get a yard. Looks to be just barely getting back to the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, Tim, you know, not a big gain there, maybe even a loss, and that was due to the gaggle of defenders that came to the aid of number 9 and able to stop a big gain after the big run on the previous play.
It was Crook again on the carry. Able to get a yard. Second down and 9. Central defensive front doing what they've done all season. That's stopping the run. Here's the handoff to Meehan up the middle. And Meehan turns those legs and gets about halfway there. A little bit more than that as he picks up 5 on second down.
Oh, my.
3rd down and 4. All right, 3rd down and 9 now. From midfield. So we're approaching the 7-minute mark of this second quarter. Man in motion here. McDonald's going to keep it himself, left side, and McDonald looking to cut inside. He had a great shifty move on his first touchdown, and he's able to pick up 8 on the play there before Walker brings him down from behind.
Yeah, that was the same play they ran to get the touchdown. They just flipped it to the other side. A pretty solid play design there, and it works. They motion a guy out to the far left side, get him as a lead blocker, and he kind of leads the way for the quarterback there, and he's the first guy to make contact with the defender in the way. And that play, that's why it worked out so successfully last time, is because of the good blocking by that lead blocker, as well as the rest of the offensive line.
So now it's 4th and a yard.
This screams tush push, Tim.
See what McDonald wants to do here. They're going to move Meehan. McDonald will keep, and he got nothing. Swarmed in the backfield, Armani Rodriguez was the first one there. It's a turnover on downs. What a play by Rodriguez to just burst through that line and kill the drive right there.
Yeah, Rodriguez barreled through the lineman there. Looked like Vita Vea against the New York Giants this past weekend. Absolutely spectacular play by him. Quarterback had no chance. He wasn't getting by that man, and the swarm of the rest of the Knights came in afterwards, and just a great play there to prevent the continuation of the drive.
Jay, you're a big Giants fan. I mean, does McDonald, the quarterback, Brandon McDonald, does he remind you at all of Daniel Jones with his mobility?
Current Vikings quarterback Daniel Jones. I'm surprised that DoorDash or McDonald's didn't swoop in to sign a contract with him before the Vikings, but a little bit. He's got the mobility of Daniel Jones. Good luck to him on the Vikings, obviously, but holding the clipboard for Sam Darnold's got to be a pretty tough job. But great play there. But I imagine he's got a couple similar qualities with the athleticism and the speed.
I bet he does too, as Tager able to get 3 on the play there. Make it 2nd down and 7. What a great time of year. I mean, you got to love being here at these Thanksgiving games. Central always Thanksgiving Eve the last couple of years. Here's 2nd and 7. Run it right side with the big fella here. And Bellis able to get a pretty good amount there. Got 6 on the run. Bessel, is he able to make it 3rd and very short. But Jay, I've been asking this question all week. I got to ask you on the air. We got to talk a little bit about the holiday tomorrow, right? What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Man, this might be
what do you get on that plate, Jay?
I come from a Portuguese family. We don't usually have a lot of very traditional Portuguese meals. We don't have a lot of traditional Thanksgiving meals either. My favorite Thanksgiving meal is probably this pasta my mom makes, a little spicy pasta, some red pepper flakes, nice little red sauce. Really good family recipe. But if I had to pick a basic Thanksgiving food, I'd probably say mac and cheese. It's a pretty good way to go, I feel like.
That's the way to go. It's definitely a safe answer, but respectable one. Bessel on the carry gets about 3. There's a flag down in the backfield. You saw Omar Picasio, who came back in the game earlier. He's down in the backfield, and this is going to be a holding against Central. That's the second time they've been called for a hold on the plus side of the field tonight.
Yeah, Tim, the Knights really have to be careful with the way that their blockers are placing their hands. I mean, like you said, the second time tonight that there's been a holding penalty, and they have to have that discipline to make sure they're not grabbing, but rather pushing the defender away. And that was the problem there, I believe. Just kind of had his shirt, and that's why we got the penalty there.
Another penalty on the play. We've seen 3 against Central, 2 against Somerset Berkley. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Handoff. Right up the gut. Tager gets 6 on 1st and 20. There was an interesting exchange right there in the backfield. Tager ended up getting it cleanly, and he picks up a good gain. So 5 carries for Tager tonight. It's 80 yards. He had 65 on that first play of the game and a touchdown. He's able to average out to a clean 16 yards a carry up to this point.
Yeah, that yards per carry is going to look really nice by the end of the game, Tim. I mean, that big play really helped him out a lot, and he's a solid running back. Got a good read through the gap there and found the hole. Got some good space. Just got brought down by the hip drop tackle.
Definitely did. Here's 2nd and 14. They fake the end around. Now they do the end around, and the ball's on the ground, and Somerset Berkley has it. It was recovered there by Shane Delaney. And just a terrible design, an ugly play, and a fumble loss against Central. That was not good at all for the Knights. And when they try to build up some momentum, they put it on the turf. It's the first turnover of the game for either team.
Yeah, it's huge for the Raiders, Tim. You know, they're already down 7, weren't able to capitalize on their last drive, and they just got a mulligan here after a great stop there, able to get in the backfield and fall on top of that ball before anyone else can from the Knights.
There's 1st and 10. They're going to run it left side, and Crook trying to find a lane. Able to get 4 on the play. Finton Crook here tonight. That is his 4th carry. Only has 7 yards on the ground, but now it's 2nd and 6. And Jay, with 2.5 minutes now left in the first half, Somerset Berkley showing some pace out of the huddle there, trying to tie it up before intermission.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot of pace with this one, and if they keep going with these short gains, there's going to have to be a time where they air it out if they can't get a big one.
And Meehan gets a good one right there, down with a first down to the 33. They move the chains there, and caught me off guard on who was getting that ball in the backfield for a sec.
Yeah, that formation, I think, leaves a lot to interpretation. You really don't know where the ball's going to go because there's so many people in the backfield.
Now McDonald's going to air it out down the field. Jump ball, one-handed attempt. Not going to happen, but a flag is down. They were looking for Kayvon Dos Santos about the 5-yard line, but the flag is going to be for pass interference against Walker.
Yeah, Tim, that was a clear as day pass interference there. The defensive back was all over him, draped on his back, and just a clear penalty there. And Central really has been battered by penalties thus far in this matchup.
So this will make it an automatic first down. It already was a first down. There's exactly 2 minutes left on the clock, so ignore our clock unless we can catch up at least a little bit. But just a bad penalty from Central as this game, this first half, and they were so confident they're going in the locker room with a lead in, is looking to be pointing in the other direction right now.
Yeah, you know, this is a make or break drive for this game. I think, you know, if they can get this ball, they can come out. My apologies. If they can get this ball into the end zone, they can come out in half and try and put it in again and be up for the first time in this game since the first drive.
We'll hand it off right up the middle. And only a gain of a few on first down there for Meehan. Maybe got 4 or 5 on the play. Only give him about 3 there, and it's a minute 40 left in the first half.
Yeah, Tim, they're going to play the clock here. get it down to as little time as they can before the drive ends in order to make sure the Knights can't go down the field the other way and try and get some points there on their own.
So here's 2nd and 7. Crook in motion. They're going to look that way with McDonald carrying the ball. McDonald cuts inside, has a first down, still on his feet to about the 2. McDonald, they mark him at the 1-yard line.
Great play there by McDonald, Tim. Able to find the hole once again on that play. Receiver came for the end around to block, and he was home free. Just got brought down around the 1-yard line, and they have an opportunity to go up here with just about a minute left in the quarter.
And he gets 13 yards there. He's up to 71 here in the first half on the ground. And now a realistic chance for the Raiders to tie this one up before the break. 1st and goal from the 1. Brendan McDonald will hand it off. Meehan up the middle, touchdown. Somerset Berkley back in the end zone as Liam Meehan Jr. makes it a 1-point game with 33 seconds left in the half.
Meehan, a really simple play there, but well executed. Able to get right into the end zone through the hole the offensive line provided for him. And just a well drawn out play by a really spectacular rushing offense.
Extra points to tie it up. And the kick, a line drive, is good. From Dos Santos. 14 apiece. With 33 seconds left in the half. Knights watching this one slip away from them a little bit. But they do have, maybe a couple plays if they want before the break to try to make something happen here. And we've seen it. I mean, this is a team that we've known for the last few years to be so good at scoring in the last 3 minutes, or 2 minutes rather, of the first half. They still have all 3 timeouts. Let's see if they want to make something happen here, or at least, attempt to, instead of going just to the half.
Yeah, Tim, 3 timeouts left. You might as well take a shot. You've got a quarterback with an arm. You might as well let it fly.
You might as well let it fly.
It's a Chris Smoove quote for those who know.
So here's the kickoff. Dos Santos, a little squib kick here. Tager will take it from the 16. Actually, that's rather James Walker, and Walker right up the middle gets to about the 38-yard line. So a good return there, and there's still 25 seconds left in the half for Central to try to stew up some magic in the pot here.
Yeah, Tim, this is prime position for them. They've got a couple opportunities to launch this down the field. They don't have to worry about getting it to the sidelines. They have timeouts. 25 seconds should be more than enough time with the quarterback with an arm like they have.
It sure should, you'd imagine here. I mean, Vega was letting it rip on a couple of big plays. The 44-yard completion earlier on the 3rd down and long, and then 35-yard touchdown to Adai Mitchell. First completion, rather, was to Janari Jackson, as I should say. But it's 1st and 10 now from the 38. Vega will line up in the shotgun here. Gets his running backs right next to him, calling for extra protection. It looks like he's going to throw a quick setup here. It's Mitchell with a first down, and Mitchell out of bounds across midfield to the 48-yard line. And a gain of 14 on first down. Able to get some positive yardage there.
That was a great play there, Tim. We're going to set them up for a really good play here. I would not be surprised if they take the shot play here with only 18 seconds left, but I can also believe another quick play set them up for something else. It really just depends on how much they believe in Vega's arm.
They'll remark it at the 49-yard line.
Tim, I'd take a look at this close side here. I'd expect another wide receiver screen if they're going to throw it short, just by the personnel they have out here. It looks like they flipped the play from the last one.
They do move some guys around. Here's 1st and 10. Vega looking to air it out. Deep shot. He's got Mitchell again. Caught it down to the 1-yard line. And now you got to call a timeout here. 48 yards.
Tim, an absolute stellar pass from Vega and a great catch by Mitchell. A spectacular pass, a spectacular catch, and that's exactly what they need there. They call the timeout. 10 seconds to go here, and they're in prime position to take the lead back before they go into halftime.
Does it get any better than that? You got 3 absolute heaves here in the first half from Vega.
Tim, this truly is football heritage. Great play there, and that's going to be a play that Mitchell remembers for a long time. That spectacular pitch and catch. He's had a great game, an absolute worldie today.
3 catches, 96 yards, and the touchdown from Mitchell, who's been dicing. And now you got a couple of plays here because
so close to the goal line, Tim. This feels like a run play is in the cards here. Not a lot of space to work with in the passing game, so a run play with 2 timeouts left in 10 seconds seems like not a bad idea.
Doesn't seem bad at all. 1st and goal from the 1. Big foul in the backfield here.
This is looking like an 85 Bears fridge run here.
So Armani Rodriguez right up the gut. Stiff arm and a score. The fridge is open and Rodriguez, the senior, gets the touchdown and then a flag for some celebrations afterwards. But how about that? Setting up the big fella with 6.
What a play, Tim. Gave it to the big man and absolutely barreled through a defender. That defensive back had no chance. I believe that was a DB. It might have been a linebacker. Regardless, he had no chance of making that tackle. He got sent flying. And the extra point will be pushed back a little bit for an unsportsmanlike conduct. But, I think we can get a pass with that one. I mean, that was a, big moment for him. One of his last games, I think maybe his last game as a high schooler.
He's a senior, yeah.
Yes, sir. So, a big moment for him, and, it's a touchdown play, touchdown celebration. I think we can give that a pass, and this kicker's got a leg on him, so he can make this extra point if they're going for the 1-point play.
What an absolute beauty of a throw there, but from Vega on the completion that got him down there to begin with. And then the touchdown from Rodriguez. They're going to try a 2-point try from the 18-yard line. So they'll go for 2 for the 3rd straight time tonight.
You know what I'm here for, Tim? Empty backfield. This is going to be a good play here from Vega.
The blitz off the edge. Vega will float it up towards the end zone. Tager got 2. And another couple of flags fly. Let's see who this one's against. And it is going to be against Central. It was an illegal forward pass.
Yeah. Great play, though, regardless. Spectacular pitch and catch. Vega really is showing his class as the quarterback of the Knights.
And Rodriguez, he's still dancing. I mean, he deserves it. He's getting the crowd excited. And he gets the touchdown here on Thanksgiving Eve to put Central on top.
Yeah, I saw him dancing. I knew I had to zoom in, and let the fans see a close-up of that spectacular dance there. And the penalty brings them back a little bit more, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like this ball is going to be – they're going to redo it, actually. So they redo the two-point conversion because it was converted. So they accept the penalty, and it'll be a redo here. So yeah, here's the extra point from the 18. Vega looking. Will float to the end zone. This one is tipped up in the air, and it's incomplete. Looking for Tager again, and with a second left, will be a kickoff, and then halftime.
Yeah, Tager couldn't hold on to it. Ball was thrown into double coverage there, and almost was able to come down on the second ball, and it was also almost intercepted, but the ball gets batted down, and like you said, kickoff with just under a second to go. I completely expect a squib kick here to end this one out and bring us into halftime. Oh. Excuse me.
So, how about that, Jay? I mean, you were a senior only 2 years ago. You had any special things like that on your last game? I know you're a goaltender. I was a penalty shot or something.
So I had a torn labrum during my senior year. I didn't actually play any games. I came in on senior night for the first play, and then that's on the 40.
Terrible kick. Goes out of bounds.
Yeah. But, I had about 15 minutes of game time all year. Unfortunately, I tore my labrum in practice after the preseason. So I unfortunately wasn't able to play. They didn't let me go out in a sling or anything.
So it was a Mickey Mouse season for you.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that was my high school career, Tim. A lot of injuries. I broke my big toe, broke my ankle, sprained my knee, tore my labrum. So a lot of injuries marred my career. Unfortunately, I wasn't as great of a high school player as I was a club player, unfortunately.
And are you balling in club down at Seton Hall?
I'm balling out in intramural soccer. I averaged about 6 goals a game versus the sororities against the frats and the regular teams. I don't score as much because I play goalie, but
beating up on the weak competition.
Well, they let me play striker in those games. So
second left, McDonald will keep it here. That's going to be the way the first half ends. A gain of a yard, and that ends the first half. Central with a lead at the half over Somerset Berkley, up 20-14 at the break. Great first half. We had a lot of big plays in the first half. Couple touchdowns on the ground. Long run, the big fella, the one through the air to Mitchell, and it's a 6-point lead for the Knights at the break. So we come back. 24 minutes left in the Central Football Knights season here in 2024. And we will see you in about 10 minutes here on Fans Only Sports Network.
Sir.
All right, Tim Duffy, Jay Costa back here for half number 2. Central taking the lead at the end of the half as the two teams exchanging 1-yard touchdowns. Central the latter to give them the lead with a second to go in the half, up by 6 now in the second half. And now Somerset Berkley looking to start off with a bang and get themselves in position to tie or take the lead here on the first drive of the third. And Jay, we saw a great first half. It was back and forth, 5 touchdowns, so a lot of big plays. And you're excited to be back here on the mic for the first time in a while. And second half, it's going to bring you a lot of excitement, I feel like.
Yeah, Tim, coming out of retirement feels really good. I'm great to be back. I'm glad to be back. And, I'm expecting some big plays with a huge return right there.
McDonald to the 45. Jay, you one of the youngest retirements in league history. At just, what are you, 20 or 19?
19, turning 20 on Sunday.
That's right. 20 on Sunday, December 1. I'm December 11th. So
oh, really?
Got a couple Sagittariuses here if you believe in that. We can't see the moon right now, as we usually have a great shot of it right here at center field, but midfield, I should say. We're not playing baseball, but no moon. Doesn't really matter because we believe what we want, but it's 44-yard line here. And it's Crook in motion, gets the give, and gets about 3 on first down.
And, Tim, what a surprise there. And by that I mean there's absolutely no surprise. They run that formation for what seems like the 100th time today, and it's another quick short run play off of a motion. And I expect at least 20 more of that just on this drive alone, and probably about 100 more for the rest of this game.
Absolutely, probably quite a few, a chunk. Second down and 6 from the 48. McDonald, man in motion, going to hand it off. Meehan right up the gut, and Meehan gets about 5 to make it third down and a yard. Yeah, it's number 5 with another 5-yard carry on that one. He's had 8 carries so far in this game. His shortest carry was the 1-yard touchdown, but besides that, it's been good play after good play. Decent carry after decent carry so far.
Yeah, he's
8 carries, 36 yards.
He's consistently keeping the yards per carry average up. He's a really solid back, and he shows his class every single play.
3rd and 1, no motion here. Now there is. It's Crook, and they'll give it to him. Ball is out, and Central has it. And it's recovered by James Walker. The Knights will take over, and they take it back from Central, or from the Raiders, excuse me.
And the Knights, Tim, all the momentum with them right now. I mean, just big play after big play. That was absolutely huge for them, and they have a chance to come down here and extend their lead for the first 2-score lead of the game.
It was a bad exchange between Crook and McDonald. Lost some yards on what was just a 3rd down and 1. And now Central back at it on the plus side of the field here. Under 2 minutes to go into this third quarter. 1st and 10. Handoff, right side. Still going with a big carry there. And it's trying to see who that was on the carry. It's gain of about 7, and it's 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Tim, that was coming out of I formation, that was always going to be a run play. And a great run play it was, makes this 2nd and short.
And in the quarterback taking that snap was Richard Bridges. So I think that was Tager taking the last snap. And Richard Bridges will be under center again. We saw him play a lot of running back this year in the regular season. Some defensive back as well, and he's going to toss it to Tager. On 2nd and short, Javon Tager down inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line. Picks up 15 on the play. And Tager, another big carry there. That's his longest run since the 65-yard touchdown earlier. And he's on the cusp of 100 yards here tonight. Actually has now 101 yards here tonight. So 100-yard game here in this Thanksgiving special. First and 10. Hand off to Tager again, and Javon Tager breaks a tackle, and he's close to the first down marker. He got there. It's another first down, 10 yards more for Javon Tager.
Yeah, he's a great back, Tim. You know, he's the guy that you can rely on for years to come. I would not be surprised if he's the feature guy the rest of the way through here. I mean, absolutely spectacular player. He's the guy you go to when you want a big hit play, and just a spectacular effort overall. Another big play, more yards per carry, keeping that average up.
Tager lost the ball here, and he's able to get back on top of it. So this ball just keeps popping out of different players' hands here this evening. It's a loss of 5, and it pushes Central back to the 22-yard line. So not what you want on a first down play.
Yeah, Tim, you know, usually it's a slippery ball or it's cold, but, you know, a lot of these guys have gloves, and the temperature really isn't that cold, so it's weird to see a lot of bad exchanges and fumbled snaps, and the ball just really doesn't want to stay in these guys' hands today, and I can't provide an explanation as to why, other than their hands are just, they're not holding on to it, you know?
From the 22. Swing it out, Bridges over to Mitchell. Mitchell going to lower the shoulder and gets down to about the 12, so he gets 10 of the 15 right there to make this third and medium.
Third and medium is exactly what they need here. You know, they've got a chance to throw another swing pass or something nice and light. Mitchell with a pretty solid move to get by the first guy and lowered his shoulder into the defensive back to try and get a couple extra yards, and was pretty successful. And this third and medium is going to be pretty crucial for the rest of this game, I think.
So they call it a gain of 9, third down and 6 from the 13. It's another screen play here, and it's going to be short of the first down. Only got about 4 of the 6 yards there. And that was Argeni Palumbo with his first catch. And now it's fourth down again. That's the first time that Central has not converted on third down. As this will be the first fourth down attempt from Central here tonight. 4th and 2 with 6 minutes now left in the third. Fast-paced third quarter so far, as we're halfway through the period now.
Yeah, Tim, this quarter has absolutely blazed by. Quarterback coming back into the huddle for Central here, and I'm entirely expecting either a run play or a pass right next to the sticks for a short gain. I really do think that this is going to be a quick hitter, whether it's on the ground or through the air.
And it's 4th and 2.
An empty backfield. This looks like it'll be a pass, Tim.
Vega's back in the game, and Coach Washington will take a timeout. So first time out of the half, it belongs to Central with 5:31 to go here in this third quarter. So first time the Knights have gone for it on fourth down tonight. We see them go for it on fourth down a lot routinely, especially this season. And, you know, this is a big play here on Thanksgiving. A touchdown on a drive here makes it a 2-score game for the first time today. And Central looking to do just that, Jay.
Yeah, Tim. Central's in the driver's seat right now, and they want to keep on driving. They have a straight down the freeway right now is what I'd like to call this, and they have an opportunity to put the pedal to the metal and get this extension of the lead. And I completely expect them to be able to convert here on this fourth down attempt if they elect to still go for it, which I think they will. You know, it's 4th and 2. It's not that big of a distance when you really think about it. And a quick play to the sticks is completely reasonable, and I expect that if they're going to run an empty backfield once again.
We can definitely potentially expect it here. I mean, the run game tonight, it's been good. They're over 100 yards on the ground. Sure, a lot of that was ballooned by the first play from scrimmage, a 65-yard touchdown run from Javon Tager. But it's still been effective nonetheless. With 5.5 to go in the third quarter, this is a huge play here. This is really going to change the momentum of things regardless of the outcome.
Yeah, Tim, this is a make-or-break play here for the rest of this game.
4th down and 2. Vega back in at quarterback. He's going to keep it himself. Going right, has a seam. The angle, touchdown. Vega with a 9-yard scamper, and Central is back in the end zone. They lead by 2 scores now.
And Vega hits the Shador Sanders as he reaches pay dirt. He's had a great game, even with him not playing most of this third quarter so far. Absolutely spectacular play from the quarterback. And just overall some great play here. One of the better quarterbacks I've seen out of Rhode Island high school football in a long time.
Found the corner there, the goal line, and makes it a 1 game. And they'll try the 2-point conversion. Now at this point in the game, you kind of got to go for 2 to make it a 14-point contest. In other words, a 2-touchdown game, especially with the Raiders having a kicking game. Central not really having one, but Rodriguez is the back here. They bring, actually that's Bessel, excuse me. Both couple big fellas, but here's the 2-point try to make this 14-point game. Vega, the fade in the corner. Jump ball, caught! He got the 2. Going upstairs, Jackson. Or Mitchell, yeah, that's Jackson. With 2 points. What a throw from Vega.
Tim, that was perfect placement. That's anticipation, placement, and accuracy right there. I mean, couldn't expect anything more from Vega. Great play, back shoulder fade. Great job going up there and getting it from the receiver. Overall, some stellar play from both sides to extend this lead to 14.
Central, who's coming off a 20-14 loss the other day to Burrillville in the semifinal matchup in the Rhode Island High School Football Division I playoffs. Trying to end their season off with a bang. They're up 2 scores now. Didn't update the score. It's a 14-point game, 28-14. Here's the return from McDonald. Trying to cut it outside of McDonald across the 40. Gets a block and tiptoes out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. So another good return from McDonald, who's been pretty much the entire offense tonight. The senior, and he's able to get to the 45 with 5:09 left here in the third. Raiders down 2 scores.
Yeah, Tim, I thought it was going to be a hook and ladder play. It's what I was kind of expecting there with the little pitch, but he faked in. He even faked out the camera there, and that's why they got that big gain. Up to the 45 for the second time this game for the Raiders.
So 1st and 10 now from the 45. Donald lines up and waits the snap. He gets it, and he'll keep it himself on a 1st down. And he gets wrapped up after only a gain of about 2 by Azarel Casey. Down to the 47-yard line, gain of 2. So McDonald, he had 71 rushing yards and the touchdown in the first half. Just 3 yards here in the second half so far as he's playing his last high school football game. Second and 8. Crook in motion. McDonald on the triple option will keep it himself. He's wrapped up at midfield after a gain of 3 more. On the keeper, now it's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Tim, this triple option really hasn't been lethal, but it's been efficient, and I think that's exactly what this team needs. They're trying to keep themselves in the game, and they're doing a pretty solid job at that. Obviously down 2 scores, but they have an opportunity to climb back here, and as long as they keep getting those quick, consistent gains like they are, they have a pretty good opportunity to keep going down the field right now.
Now it's 3rd and 5. looking to keep that feel of the game, but Crook in motion together, going to give it to him on third down, trying to get outside, cannot. He is wrapped up after a gain of the yard, and it was Walker on the tackle again. And now that drops the Raiders to 2 of 6 on third down, and it's fourth down now and 4.
You know, Tim, I think at this point in the quarter, it's 3 minutes to go in the third. I think you kind of have to go for it, but I also don't think that they were even considering punting. You know what they say: if you're punting, you're not trying. So, you know,
I don't think anybody said that.
It makes sense
at this
that
point in the
they're going
game.
for it
Yes,
here.
but here's fourth down. This is their third fourth down try tonight. They're 1 of 2 up to this point. McDonald rolling out right, has to throw. He hasn't thrown all game. McDonald off his back foot. It's tipped around, incomplete. It was through the midst of Sammy Perez, who gets the pass breakup, wanted the pick, but it's another turnover on downs, the second of this third quarter for Somerset Berkley.
Yeah, Somerset Berkley really struggled with the possession. Haven't really been able to get things going. They had a good gain on that first play, and then the wheels kind of fell off from there, and that's been the story of tonight for them. Central has an opportunity to take this up to a 3-score game if they can get it all the way down the field here. And I expect some big hitters. I expect some quick hitters. So it'll be a very well-balanced drive just based off of what we've seen so far in this quarter from the Knights.
Yeah, especially, and we'll see who they put in at quarterback here. Looks like it's Vega in again. Getting it at midfield. So the Raiders, they ran it on their first 24 plays. They passed it on their 25th. And they turn it over there. Here's Vega, who's thrown it 7 times tonight. He will not hear. It's a handoff to Bessel right up the gut, and he gets a strong run for a gain of about 6. Gets a good gain there. Second down.
Oh. Yeah, that was a pretty solid play to start off the drive. Just got to keep going with plays like that. There's that little short gain, and then they usually, excuse me, I let go of the camera for a second, but they have that short game, and then they dial up something a little bit bigger usually later in the drive. So I expect another run play here just based off of the formation they're loading up right now. And if not, it'll be a quick pass to the sticks.
Under 2 minutes to go now here in the third. Vega gives Bessel again. And Bessel gets a first down to the 37-yard line. Another 6 yards for the big guy right there. He's got 19 rushing yards on 5 carries tonight and a fresh set of downs for Central as we're approaching the 90-second mark of this third quarter.
Yeah, Tim, it was a great play by Bessel there. Good run up the gut, able to find his hole, find his man, and go right through the defender for the first down. And, you know, he's built like a fullback, so he's able to make those plays, and he's a spectacular runner. And he's been making plays all game. Those, you know, he's their power back, so that's the kind of plays he's got to make, and he's been hitting them.
From the 37, Bessel again once more. Burst of speed right up the gut, a stiff arm to put a body on the ground, and he's able to get another big plunge of 7 yards.
Tim, he did not have to do him like that. He could have
really
gone right
didn't.
by him, but he chose violence tonight and absolutely body slammed him into the turf, lowered the shoulder, and that's exactly what you can expect from a physical running back like that.
3 straight carries of 6 yards for Bessel, and they'll have one more play to end the first quarter. But how angry was that one, Jay? I mean,
You know,
that's like me versus you. Madden.
I don't know. But
College football.
if Fans Only Sports gave out angry run scepters, that might be a contender.
There's Bessel again trying to cut it outside to the right. Flag is down. This one will come back regardless. It's a loss of 4 on the carry. It's brought down by Meehan in the backfield, but the flag for holding. Let's see if they'll decline it or they'll make it a second and long or a third and, pretty long. Let's see what the decision here is. So it's a hold against Central. There's 13 seconds left in the third. He's asking 3rd and 9 or 2nd down and whatever it was, 14. And the Somerset Berkley head coach, he said 3rd and 9. So they'll decline the penalty. And it's going to be 3rd down instead. And that will also, it's probably going to end the 3rd quarter when the official says run the clock, and now he does.
Yeah, it looks like it's good. It's going to sit here on it. There's no point in really running a play. They're going to come out here, and they're not even going to get into formation. Quarter ends here, Tim.
Sure does. 28-14 after 3. One more quarter of action to go here on Fans Only Sports Network. Central up 2 scores, trying to put this one away here in Providence. All right, one more quarter of action here. We switch sides. 3rd down and 8 for Central. Back here for the final quarter of action. Here's a throw. Left side. Mitchell makes the catch. Has a blocker. Mitchell down the sideline, staying in bounds. He's out inside the 10. So they convert another 3rd down. And this one good for 26 on a play where they needed just 8. Big gain for Mitchell as he's well over 100 yards after that one.
Yeah, Tim, quick hitter on the drag there, and just a great play overall, able to extend that to a huge gain on what usually is a short gain on a drag route.
Usually is a short gain, indeed. They get the 1st down. They can kill some clock here on this drive. Look into the end zone. Bridges incomplete, so he was back in at quarterback actually for the last 2 plays. And now that snaps his completion streak at 3. 3 for 4, Bridges, for 41 yards. Might be a little audition tape to be a starting quarterback next season. 2nd and goal now from the 9. They're going to run it with Bessel, and he didn't have a chance. A huge loss right there. And it's a loss of 6 on the play. It was Dos Santos bringing him down the backfield.
Yeah, Tim, not exactly what they wanted, but it almost works in their favor. I mean, they get to run the clock. They really shouldn't have thrown it on that first play, but they went for it anyways, thinking they could have gotten it in the end zone, but after the incompletion, they get a run play, they get the clock moving, and they're going to take their time here and try and burn a little bit of clock for this drive.
And they can take their sweet time in the huddle. That's what it starts with right there. Back here for 3rd and goal from the 15. And you think Bridges is going to throw here? I think he will.
Yeah, this seems like a throw here, Tim.
And he will. Look into the end zone. Bridges floats it upstairs. He's got a man. It's caught. Touchdown. Walker, and he runs in the cameraman as well. 15-yard score. And another third down conversion for Central into the end zone this time.
Yeah, Tim, a great play overall. Just a absolutely spectacular route running there and able to get free. Great catch, toe taps in the corner of the end zone, front corner. And he extends the lead to 3 scores now and a 2-point conversion, which I'm assuming they'll go for since the kicking game isn't as strong. Go for the 2-point conversion. That's a 22-point game, and they're in a great position here to win this football game.
And Walker, the senior, that's his first catch tonight. Going for 2 once again, like you mentioned, for the 5th time here this evening. They're 2 of 4 on 2-point tries.
You know, Tim, it's always great to see a senior get a touchdown.
Sure is.
Real great for him. Great way to end off his career here at Central.
You can't say any better than that. Only senior without a touchdown. Mitchell, senior. Walker, senior. Rodriguez, the big fella, senior. Javon Tager, though, he is a sophomore, or he's a junior. Here's a throw. 2-point try at the sticks. Got it. Are they going to say? No, they say no. They say it hit the turf on that one. I don't know about that one, but they have a better look than us, I can tell you that. Palenko couldn't hang on, and it is going to stay a 20-point game.
Yeah, Tim, you know, they've been on and off every single touchdown. It's a 20-point game, but what it really has been is it's been a 2-point conversion, and then it's been an unsuccessful, and then a successful and unsuccessful, and they keep flipping back and forth with those. And you know, that to me looked like it was successful, but you know, obviously the official had another idea, another look at it, and he had a better look at it than we did.
Just a great drive again by Central. They did it, like you said, Jay, they mix up with both run and pass. And they throw another touchdown pass on that drive there. What a game it's been for Central.
And there's a little bit of laundry down on the field right now, Tim. They just threw a flag.
So 5 touchdowns here tonight by 5 different players. Here's the kick from the 20. And McDonald to the 42-yard line on the return.
Now, surprisingly, Tim, that's up there with one of the worst returns of the day. A lot of the returns from Berkley, Somerset Berkley, have been getting up to the 45. That one, I believe, only got to about the 42, which is still pretty solid. But you know, comparatively to the rest of them, you know, not as far.
Not bad position, though, is we have an injured man. It's Devin Hazard. The senior is in pain at about the 46-yard line. I believe it's Hazard. We'll be right back here on Fans Only Sports Network following the injury timeout. And actually, Hazard looks to be getting up. So he's getting up. You don't want to see that, especially to a senior in Hazard.
Yeah,
he's able to get off the field on his own power there. Look just a little bit winded right there, Jay.
Yeah, you know, it's good to see him get off the field in his own power. I think every time I see a guy down on the field, you know, I get a little bit nervous. You know, my cousin and a good buddy of yours, Aiden Neves, always says when he sees someone down, you know, his heart drops a little bit. That's just the physical therapist in him, I think. So, you know, it's always good to see a guy get up after something like that.
Costa family filled with gentlemen's for sure. Here's the handoff to Meehan, or Gain of about 5 on the play. Give him 6. And it was actually Drew Dion, the junior, the ball carrier there.
Yeah, Tim,
his first carry tonight. Sorry, Jay.
It's okay, Tim. A good game there. They're trying to get some momentum back. They just need to keep with those quick plays, and they need to try and find a way to mix things up a little bit because they've kind of kept it very vanilla. They've kept the same 4 or 5 plays, haven't really mixed it up except for a couple times where they've had a couple broken plays. There was a couple pass plays they tried to run that ended up just becoming a run play because it broke. So it's interesting to see how the rest of this will go with the formations staying the same.
Here's the handoff right up the middle out of the pistol, and Meehan this time able to get to the 45. Moves the chains, picks up 7, and it's a first down for the Raiders.
Tim, and just like that, they have a first down. It's I believe one of the first ones in a while. They haven't really been able to move the ball a ton. So now that they've got it moving again, it's real great to see, and you know they have a chance to keep make this a little competitive with just under 9 minutes to go in this game.
From the 45. Play action for McDonald. He's going to throw for the first time today, and it's incomplete, out of reach for Jason Poissant.
I believe that was his second pass today, Tim, and
they both been incomplete.
Both incomplete, and he's got the vision. He sees guys moving downfield. He can't get it to him. He put that one a little bit over the guy's head, and looked like there was nobody around. I saw the guy in the area who was looking for it, just couldn't get it into a place where he could catch it, and that's why they primarily use him as more of a running quarterback rather than a passer.
Here's 2nd and 10. Yeah, they have not passed it too much. Like you said, only twice. Here's Meehan again on 2nd down. Finds a little crease, but not too much of it. He only gets 2 on the play. That'll be another 3rd down here for the Raiders.
Yeah, Tim, I think that's the problem with an offense like this, and I was very critical about it in my high school days because Portsmouth ran a very similar offense. It's so one-dimensional when you have a quarterback who can't pass, and it really limits the play-calling abilities of your head coach because they really don't have a lot of options. Their quarterback isn't the strongest passer in the world, so it's hard to be able to find a play to make things work and get big shots when the running plays aren't working.
Now they're going to run it again. McDonald to the outside on 3rd down. He did this earlier. He gets a first down here. Staying in bounds, lowering the shoulder down to 13. Gain of about 30 on the play, and they convert with ease on that one. They missed their last 3 3rd down conversions. They pick up 31 on that play.
Man, Tim, the quarterback really shut me up right there. I mean,
he sure did. He goes over 100 yards in the night, too.
He's a great rushing quarterback. I won't take that away from him, but a big play after a couple short gains that didn't really go anywhere, and I'm eating my words.
And a jump here from the central defensive line, so this will give them 5 more yards. Make this a 1st and 5, and jumping early on that play looks to be Brian Soto. I think it was Rodriguez actually, but. It's 1st and 5 now.
Yeah, Tim, this is a huge opportunity for Berkley. They can really close this one down, bring this back to a 2-score game, and then I'd assume they'd go for a couple onside kicks. If they can recover one, and score a touchdown, they'll do it again as well. So it's getting around that time, I think.
Handoff right up the middle. Dion able to get down to about the 3. Mark him at the 4. Gain of 3. 2nd and short.
Yeah, Tim, 2nd and short here, and
they just keep on pounding that rock, Jay.
Yeah, so just about to say it's working for them right now, so they're going to keep going with it. It's some great plays.
McDonald straight ahead, and he's going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. His 2nd tonight. And a drive that was much needed from Somerset Berkley ends in a Brandon McDonald touchdown for the 2nd time here tonight.
Yeah, McDonald really rallied the troops there, and a much-needed touchdown to bring the momentum back. That's the kind of swing that they wanted. It's the kind of swing they needed, and it was a great, successful and well-run quarterback power play.
Santos, his extra point to make this a 13-point game. The kick is true, and it's 34-21 with 6:34 to go. Now Central in prime position to get this ball back, milk some clock, trying to close this game out.
Man, Tim, Christmas music already. It really is getting to that time of year.
It's always the day before Thanksgiving, you know, or like the week leading up to it. You really start to get humbled by all the Christmas music. You know it's coming. And Mariah Carey making her debut here at Conley Stadium this year. Look at the cheerleaders down below us doing a little Christmas, you know, little shake. Here's the onside kick, though. Central recovers. I know it's coming that quick. And now here's the return. Mitchell gonna go all the way. Touchdown, Knights. An onside kick return for number 6. And it's the 6th Central touchdown tonight.
What a great response, Tim. And I don't know if our boss is going to be too happy with me on that after that play. I completely missed the kick itself, you know, after during that break. But hey, you know, we got the touchdown there, a great play. And, you know, we just saw this past week an onside kick return for a touchdown as well in the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys did it against the Washington Commanders. So, you know, we don't see it too often, but I've seen it twice this week. So I find that very interesting and a kind of a little fun fact. But, I mean, yeah, you know, they get back on the board right away, and they've just been putting pedal to the metal so far in this game. And I don't know how much more Berkley can climb back at this point.
What a return, though. It was a 55-yard kick return for a touchdown. The Knights, who have ran all over the Raiders since it was a 14-14 game at one point. They've outscored them 26-7 since, with the 2-point conversion pending here with just over 6 minutes to go in this football game. And making some substitutions out here, trying to, you know, at this point, you know, there's only 6 minutes left. I think they might pull something deep out of their bag here on this 2-point try, something, you know, super in their bag, knowing it's their last game of the year, and they're taking a long time to get this play going as Rodriguez will come on the field. So you got it again, you think?
You know, I would like to see it. I think that this late in the game, at this scoreline, I think it's a time to, you know, kind of lay back a little bit, have some fun with it.
Central will actually take their second timeout. We'll take one ourselves. 40-21 the score. Knights saying good night to Somerset Berkley. We'll be right back here in a few. Two-point conversion attempt. Make it a 3-touchdown game. Evan Soto, the quarterback here for Central. We haven't seen him yet tonight. He'll toss it to Bissell, left side. He walks in to make this a 21-point game.
Oh, I accidentally lost the camera a little bit there, but what a great play there for the 2-point conversion.
So everybody getting involved here tonight. We have 5 or 6 touchdowns by 5 different players for Central, 3 2-point conversions by 3 different players.
Bless you.
And a huge offensive output here tonight in the last game of the year for the Central Knights. They haven't seen this all season long, scoring at will like they have here tonight with just over 6 minutes left.
Yeah, you know, Tim, this is a spectacular showing. I think that, there's a lot of people that I know, especially my cousin Matt Vieira, who goes to Joseph Case High School. He, a lot of people say that Rhode Island schools can't compete with Massachusetts schools. My cousin made the outrageous claim of a D1 Rhode Island school couldn't keep up with a D3 Massachusetts school, but I think this right here is putting the proof to the pudding that Rhode Island schools are more than competitive enough against these Massachusetts schools, Tim.
Absolutely, and Central putting on a great show tonight. It'll be tough to follow as well. From any other Rhode Island school that ends up playing Somerset Berkley. Here's the kick. From the 14-yard line, Crook. Misdirection. Crook still going. Lunges down to the 39. And that's going to be where the Raiders will start this drive, as they've struggled offensively here in this fourth quarter. It's starting to get cold here in Providence tonight at Conley Stadium. We're staying warm though next to each other, Jay, me and you.
Yeah, Tim, that's how it usually is with our games. We're usually pretty bundled up for these, especially the later November games and December games. Even that's how they always have been for the two of us. We got a game tomorrow as well on Thanksgiving morning, so.
I'm not sure we have it actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Bummer, I know.
I was excited for that one, Tim. This is probably the second year in a row that you and I have done a LaSalle game on Thanksgiving Day together, so.
We had a great time doing it last year, didn't we, Jay?
Of course, man. I have all the memories still on my phone.
100%. Crook in motion. McDonald's going to throw. He'll step up. He'll take off. McDonald's trying to go behind the line of scrimmage again, and does nothing for him except for pick up about 3. He ran about 20-something yards to get about 3 on the play, and referee says keep the clock moving.
Yeah, it's at this point in the game where there's not really a point in stopping the clock. I mean, the score line it's a 21-point game, and at this point the white flag is starting to be waved from Somerset Berkley here.
2nd and 7. I'm sure they're going to want another score, a feel-good score to conclude their season. Second down and 7. McDonald's, man in motion, play action. Deep drop down to the left. He had a man wide open on the field. He's going to fire it this way, and it is caught in pounds. Crook makes the catch down to the 28. What a throw from McDonald's.
It was a great play by Crook, Tim, and a great pass by McDonald. We really haven't seen a lot of passing acumen from him today, so to be able to run around the pocket, make some time for himself and his receiver, and put that deep ball right on the money was absolutely spectacular for me. I was very impressed from him.
It's a gain of 29 on the play. He did have another receiver down there, number 4, whose name we actually don't have on this roster, but he had him even more wide open on the field. But Crook finding the south zone in that defense, gets the 1 foot in bounds, and he gets his team inside the 30-yard line. McDonald will throw once more to the end zone this time. Dos Santos reels it in. Touchdown, Raiders.
And what a shot play, Tim, to close this lead back down to 14. You'd have to expect they kick the extra point here, and then they're going to go for an onside kick with just about 4 minutes to go to try and close the lead up even more.
I thought this team couldn't throw the ball, Jay.
See, I thought the same thing, Tim. Just because they hadn't really shown it. They leaned a lot on the run all game. I assume their offense was one-dimensional. And now they're coming out here and they're slinging that thing. So, props to them. I doubted their ability. I wasn't familiar with their game, as the great Shaquille O'Neal once said. But, I'm impressed. I'll accept when I'm wrong, and this is one of those times.
Extra point off the high snap. They get it to go, and it's 28 points on the board for the Raiders.
And it looks as if, Tim, if I heard the coach correctly, they're just running a regular kickoff here. But I could be wrong, but I did think I heard the coach say kickoff.
Yeah, I think you did too. I mean, that just means the kickoff unit, but Probably gonna be it's got to be an onside kick.
I mean, I'd assume so. It makes the most sense.
Maybe a different version of one than it's the squib right down the middle, but
yeah, I mean,
didn't work out too well from the first time.
You know.
And they're gonna huddle up and talk about it here with 4:57 to go.
It looks like they're drawing something up. Whatever it is, it's some variation of an onside kick. And there you have this onside kick 5 yards close. They have this kick 5 yards closer than a normal kickoff.
This is from the 45. 10 touchdowns in this game. High scoring contest. You gotta love it on Thanksgiving. We always see it on Thanksgiving as well.
Yeah, Tim, someone's got to pick up the slack. There's a pretty weak NFL card tomorrow for Thanksgiving football, so we have these two teams picking up the slack for the quality games.
Here's the kick. It's a good bounce, and it looks like Somerset Berkley got it. They did. Gavin Gooch recovers it, and the Raiders have some life. Unbelievable.
Wow, Tim, this could be unprecedented. This is what dreams are made of, Tim. I mean, we have an opportunity to close this game down even more. The Raiders really had a great play there. The onside kick successful. You don't see too many of those. I actually never in my life have seen a successful onside kick. So that was a first for me, and I'm very impressed.
I saw West Warwick do it against Westerly about a month ago.
Oh, really?
Which was about 3 weeks ago, actually, which was pretty insane as well. And now, I mean, that was a perfect kick from Dos Santos. Here's McDonald on first down again. Fumbled the snap, and just like that, Central has it again. It's recovered by the Knights, and it's Azarel Casey who recovers it.
Wow.
And puts this thing right back to where the Knights need it to be, in their hands.
And, Tim, this is now prime position to run this one out. Rely on your backs. You've got some really solid backs on your roster. You might as well keep it with them here. They've got 5 minutes to burn and about half of the field to go. And a great play by Casey to fall on top of that. Just another miscommunication on the exchange. And we've seen at least 5 or 6 of those today from the Rebels. Or from the Raiders, excuse me.
Yeah, and they almost had it, it looks like. That was Crook who lost the fumble. That's his second lost fumble in a row. I mean, on his last 2 touches, he has lost fumbles. And he cannot believe it. And Somerset Berkley still have all 3 timeouts as well. If they score there with enough time on the clock, they have a legit chance. Get the ball back and try to tie it up. And now Bridges is going to have to go back to the sideline here for Central.
You haven't heard that? That's been all over social media. Hamlin, you got to get out on social media. I don't use the X, though. I use Facebook, the Instagram, and the Snap. The gram.
They're bringing out Vega, Tim. Close this one out here.
Vega, the closer, looking to do his job. 1st and 10. He's in the shotgun from the 48. He's going to throw. High throw. It's complete. It's Jackson, and he's spun down after a gain of about 2. And Jackson makes his 3rd catch tonight. He's got 58 yards on the evening.
Yeah, Tim, good check down there. Great job by Jackson in some really good hops. I mean, that ball was a little bit overthrown, but Jackson climbs the ladder, picks it up, and able to keep the clock running, preventing an incompletion.
Ty Mitchell, definitely the player of the game so far. 5 catches for $133, a touchdown. Also has the 55-yard kick return touchdown we saw earlier this quarter on the first onside kick attempt. Looking to get that big turkey leg.
Yeah,
from the NBC News.
The turducken.
Yes. Not sure if they have a turkey ready for them, but they should. They ought to. Send one to every team that's out there getting these highlights in the cold.
There's, it's not a Thanksgiving game without a turkey for the winner. So,
and now this is going to be a delay of game against Central. Wow.
Well, that makes a lot of sense there, Tim. That lets you burn the maximum amount of clock without having to waste the timeout. I think they've already used 2 in this quarter.
They have.
So, being able to burn as much clock as possible, it only makes sense. And the delay game is something that a lot of teams take. You see a lot of it in the college level, the pro level. When they're trying to burn clock, they'll burn the entire thing, take a delay game, then run another run play and do it again. And I think they'll probably end up doing that again here.
3:42 is where the clock stops, and they're not going to do that again. I don't think they got to run a play here.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're going to run a play again, but they're going to
might do
play
it again after this play. Vega, deep shot. Jackson out there. Not to him, though. Incomplete. And he could have made a play there, but he only got leveled by the safety, it looks like.
Yeah.
It says, we're up 14. It's the last game of the year. I'm good. And now it's going to be 3rd and long again for Central.
Yeah, that was a business decision there. I mean,
was.
that was a prime example of a hospital pass. He catches that ball and he might be laying down on the turf on his back. So, that's a smart move by him, especially with the difference in points here. He'll always have another one because we know Vega likes to take some moon balls down the field.
He's been very effective passing the ball here tonight. It's been actually awesome. He is 6 of 8 on the night. He's got a touchdown pass. Even Bridges looks good as well. Here's 3rd and 13. Vega, deep drop down the middle, got tipped at the line and incomplete, and this will be 4th down.
Wow.
And Central will punt for the first time here today. You'd imagine, right? I mean,
I'd imagine. I mean, I don't see the point in going for it here.
You can't go for this.
No, definitely not.
No way.
No way,
And
Tim.
Vega looks like he's going to stay on the field. Wow.
I think they are running a punt formation here, Tim.
And yeah, no, they are going to punt. And it's going to be Tager punting.
I mean, that has to be the right decision. I mean, I can't see a world where they go for it and it's successful.
I mean, I could. They've had some big plays tonight.
I mean,
3 plays over 40 yards, 4 over 30. But not in 4th and 13. I mean,
yeah.
Nothing like that. Here's the punt, though, from Tager. Got it off. It's a wobbler. Goes out of bounds right on the line at about the 36-yard line. And they're going to put it at the 35. And it's going to be where the Raiders will start another desperation drive. They've turned the ball over twice tonight, both in the second half, both on fumbles, on bad exchanges with Crook. And Fenton Crook will actually stay on the field here. 3:25 to go. And Jay, I mean, we saw them have 2 good passes. Didn't even know they could pass the ball, this team. And they let it fly twice on a drive down 22, and we're down 21, and now that's what we got to see here with just under 3.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, they don't really have enough time to hit all these run plays. They're going to have to let it fly.
Here's McDonald going to run on the first play of the drive. McDonald took a big hit, and he's brought down by Casey after a gain of about 7 on the play. Hazard slow to get up again. He does get up. But it's a gain of 7 for McDonald, and they got to go quick.
Yeah, running clock, Tim. That's the problem when you're running these run plays. I believe they still have a couple stoppages of the clock left, plus a 2-minute warning. So there is an opportunity to bring this one back. They just need to make some big plays.
2nd and short. Man in motion. Double handoff and a throw on the field. Wide open, and he couldn't connect with Jason Poissant. Oh, he was naked down the field. They faked the handoff to Crook. They faked it to man, and Poissant, who faked to everybody on the Central Night defense, could not make the catch. It wasn't a great throw at all by McDonald either, but it was thrown way behind Poissant. That would have been 6 for sure.
Yeah, Tim, the flea flicker was wide open. That's something we'd see out of the Detroit Lions playbook. I mean, we've seen a ton of plays like that this year from them, and they had the play open, and McDonald just couldn't hit his man again. And we've seen that a couple times. We've seen him sling the rock. We've seen him make good passes, but we've seen these plays as well where he hasn't been able to hit it on the, I think, 5 passes he's thrown today.
Yep, 5
on the
small
sample,
dot.
So it's a mixed bag.
And Meehan, they do the same double handoff. That time Meehan keeps it, and he Looks to be about half a yard shy of the first. Let's see if they give it to him, though. From the looks of it, it's about 4th and half of a yard, and that is what they're going to call it, 4th and 1.
And I've said it a couple times, but this right here is the most important play of the game, Tim.
And here's 4th down. They're 1 of 3 on 4th down tonight. Crook in motion. McDonald will keep, and he couldn't get by. What a tackle from Mitchell, who's making huge plays on both sides of the ball. A 2-yard loss, and Central will take over.
Oh, my goodness, Tim. You know, we might need to bring the Jay Costa Clutch Player of the Game award out of retirement after that. I mean, it's been lights out for Mitchell today. Offense, defense, special teams, he's been all over the field.
A 2-yard loss. Another big play for him. I mean, what a game. He's got almost 200 all-purpose yards in this one. Right on the cusp of it. 188. And with the amount of yards he's, denied the Raiders here tonight, you might as well give him that title of a 200 all-purpose yard game.
He's a spectacular player. You know, he's one of the best talents in the state. You know, obviously he's not playing for one of those big schools. He's not playing for LaSalle. He's not playing for, I don't know if North Kingston's still good, but he's playing for a really good program here, and he's a premier talent on this squad. So
Central did beat North Kingston this year. I was here for that one for the first time in 12 years.
Wow.
And the handoff there is Hazard. It's only a gain of about 2, but they'll need big gains here. No time, or all 3 timeouts for the Raiders. Doesn't look like they'll use them, though.
Yeah, the game's gone at this point. It's just at a point now, Tim, where they've got to let it go. A minute 40, and they're still down 2 scores. It's really not a realistic thing to think that they can come back from this here. And this offense has been rolling. They're in I formation right now. You already know it's going to be a run.
Second down, a short 8, long 7, handoff, Hazard. On the fullback dive, Devin Hazard gets a first down and gets slammed down by a bunch of white jerseys there. Doesn't matter because he picks up about 11 on the play. 6 different ball carrier for Central here tonight.
Yeah, Central really has been putting on a rushing clinic today, Tim. Just all around great play from all 6 of their ball carriers. And, their quarterback play has been really great, too. Just an all-around great game from this team, just as I kind of expected from them.
There's a 1st and 10. Trying to get another all-around great play here. And they will keep running the ball to the outside with a big lane. A first down, a flag is down. Dives for the end zone. That's a touchdown. Yes! 6 for, but it's going to be a block in the back. It's not going to count, it looks like. And it was Waldemar Lopez, the freshman, who was running with the ball there. And this will not count.
And that would have been huge for him. Your first, freshman year scoring points is always a great feeling. So, it's got to stink for him having that ripped away right out of his hands.
Yeah, it sure does. It's going to push it back to the 32-yard line. So it's 10 yards from where the penalty was. So 1st and 10 will become 1st and 12 as that one was 8 yards down the field. Potentially one last play. That's what it's looking like here with 38 seconds left. What a Thanksgiving Eve it's been, Jay.
Yeah, Tim, this is how football should be played. A high-scoring game, real fun out here, and just absolutely electric. One of the most enjoyable games of football I've ever called, Tim.
And Soto will just take a knee here, and they'll be enjoying this one. Central winning it on Thanksgiving. 42-28 the final. The 2 teams are going to line up, but that is all she's going to write here tonight. What a game here from Providence as the Knights take care of business, and they wrap up the 2024 season with a bang. And Jay, what a game it was, especially from that young man, number 6, Adai Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell's a special player, spectacular kid, and he's a premier talent. I'm excited to see how he plays in the coming years. Just what a wonderful player. Congratulations to Central High School on a great game. Good job to Somerset Berkley on a well-fought matchup as well. Two spectacular teams and some great rosters, a lot of stand-up players on both sides. I'm excited for the future for both these schools, Tim.
I absolutely am as well. So, Jay, what a great Thanksgiving Eve it's been. We're out here for Fans Only Sports, 42-28, the final Central, doing it again, and they win this one big. We'll see you guys next time.
Jay Costa, Tim Duffy, happy Thanksgiving from Fans Only Sports Network.
Amen.